Storm Team Weather, here's Chief Meteorologist Aaron Ayers, sponsored by Big Country Equipment.
Hey, if you're all about that sun, we've got more of that to come in the days ahead. And as we take a look at our weather headlines, this is what to expect across our area. Cooler days are going to start to filter in as well. Highs in the low 90s. We're going to be keeping an eye on the tropics because that could have an impact on our weather here locally in the days ahead. But today, we saw a high near 96. That's close to average for us. We average around 95 for a daytime high. That record of 105 back in 1918. This morning's low of 71. Right on par where we should be for this time of the year as far as morning lows go. Temperatures right now this afternoon, we're in those 90s. 101 in Sterling City, though. 97 up in Robert Lee. 95 here in San Angelo. 98 over in Brady. 95 down in Junction. 93 in El Dorado. And 94 over in Barnhart. So we're all pretty much sitting in those 90s with a few exceptions in the low 100s there. Bus stop forecast for tomorrow morning as you're heading off to school. 73 degrees and clear conditions to start out our Wednesday. Coming home tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be right around 94 degrees and sunny conditions for us across our area, so not a bad Wednesday in store for us. Daytime highs over the next 5 days are going to start trending down for us. We'll see another warm day on Wednesday. Temperatures into those upper 90s. They will fall into the low 90s as we go into the latter half of this week and into the upcoming weekend. So some cooler air starting to filter in. What's really dominating our weather pattern right now is this high pressure system that's sitting over East Texas, and that's been driving our weather here, providing us with sinking air across our region. And that just means things aren't rising, and what you need is rising air to get clouds and to get thunderstorms, and we're not seeing that right now. That doesn't mean that things are not going to change in the days ahead. Our extended futurecast shows this high shifting off to the east, and that's going to open the door for that rising air to work back in, and a few more clouds and maybe even a few isolated showers as we go towards the end of the week into our weekend. Highs coming down into those low 90s. A few more showers and clouds as we go into our weekend as well. Then what we're really watching is heading into next week. We could see a couple of tropical downpours. Our GFS model indicating that there's a tropical system that could come close to Texas that could provide us with a few showers. Let's take a look at that right now. This is the system that we're watching right now in the Caribbean, and it's sitting right here, this cluster of showers and thunderstorms. This has a 60% chance of developing over the next 5 days, and that's going to start moving towards the Yucatan Peninsula and then eventually into the Gulf of Mexico. Where does it go from there? Well, that's still a question mark, but the GFS model, our American model, shows us this over the days ahead as we work into the weekend. Watch where it puts it, right here into the Gulf of Mexico, coming across the Yucatan Peninsula. And what's particular about this setup is that we've got this high pressure that's weakening across the eastern United States, and that's opening the flow here across the Gulf of Mexico and straight towards Texas. So we'll roll this forward in time and watch what the system does with it as it brings it into Texas here into next Tuesday. So we could be dealing with a tropical system. Now, I just want to preference that this is just one model guidance. There are multiple models out there, and another one that we look at, which is the European model, it puts this closer to the Louisiana area, so we could see some shifting in this. And just keep in mind that this is something that you want to take with a grain of salt because these models do continuously change day to day and hour by hour as we get more runs in on this. But for tonight, we'll drop down to around 71 with clear conditions, winds out of the south at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. For our Wednesday, we'll top out near 97 with sunny and warm conditions, winds out of the south at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we go through the next 5 days, it's dry weather for us rolling into the weekend. We'll start seeing a few more clouds as we go into the weekend there, with temperatures rolling into the low 90s for daytime highs. And then we'll watch for that tropical influence as we head towards the beginning of next week. We have more KSAN News at 6 right after this.